Mrs. Edna Adan, you are former foreign minister of Somaliland and now you are special envoy to Somalia. How are the contacts between Somalia and Somaliland today?
They don't exist. Well, I am not the envoy to Somalia. I'm the special envoy of Somaliland for dialogue with Somalia. And they are not going anywhere because Somalia does not wish to have a dialogue. Instead, it wishes to bomb Somaliland. It wishes to militarily attack Somaliland. And the money that the international community is giving to Somalia, supposedly for aid and humanitarian work, is buying guns for Somalia and the terrorists and the warlords to attack Somaliland.
So there is no practical cooperation between Somalia?
Absolutely none. Absolutely none. The attacker never likes to speak to the victims. The pattern has been there forever. The assassin never wants to have a dialogue with the victim. That is exactly where Somalia is. As the attacker, as the aggressor, as the one that committed acts of genocide against Somaliland, as the one that bombed and flattened cities of Somaliland, as the one that killed 250,000 of our people, of course they don't want to speak. Why would they want to speak? The world is giving them money to buy more guns.
Somaliland is considered as partly free by the American organization Freedom House.
It is not partly free, it is totally free. All the boundaries of Somaliland, as left by the British at the time of independence of Somaliland and as part of the former British Somaliland Protectorate, has always been free for the past 27 years since we separated from Somalia.
But we have some cases of journalists being arrested. We had a poet that was arrested and then pardoned by the president.
Well, incidents like that do happen everywhere. I don't think there is any country in the world that can say we have never done that. I don't condone that journalists should be arrested. I support freedom of speech and freedom of expression. But journalists are also human beings who can commit crimes. And if a journalist has committed a crime, it should be judged according to the crime that journalist has committed. If I were a journalist, it would not give me freedom to shoot somebody.
But these were journalists that were arrested due to their work.
I'm not familiar with the work that they did. I believe in freedom of speech and but also freedom of justice.
Are further political reforms needed to secure freedom of speech and freedom?
There are always reforms needed everywhere in the world. Every country in the world needs reforms. Somaliland is not unique as needing reforms, but I think Somaliland is one of the better examples in Africa. It's one of the shining examples of Africa. I wish there were more countries in Africa that is as fair and as just and as well governed as Somaliland is.
Female mutilation is now prohibited in Somaliland.
Yes, it has. There is a fatwa that was passed a couple of months ago that criminalizes type 3, but it's still not enough. I wish more countries would also do the same fatwa. It's the only country that has done that. So again, we lead in justice, we lead in freedom, we lead in democracy, we lead in the fight against female genital mutilation. 53 countries in Africa should follow the example of Somaliland.
But does it make, do you see a difference also in the ground?
I hope so. It's a decision we did not have yesterday, so let us see what it brings tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.